Supreme Court that will today announce its verdict on a set of petitions challenging the validity of the electoral bond scheme. A five-judge constitution bench led by the Chief Justice of India had reserved its verdict last year in November. The electoral bond scheme introduced by the government on the 2nd of January back in 2018 was seen as a solution to replace cash donations and enhance the transparency when it comes to the political funding. Electoral bonds serve as a financial instrument allowing individuals and businesses to contribute to political parties discreetly so without really revealing their identities. Now, under the provision, any citizen of the country or entity incorporated or established in the country can purchase electoral bonds at any value. It could be as low as 1,000 rupees or as high as 1 crore rupees and can be obtained at all branches of the SBI. These donations are also interest-free. So what are electoral bonds? They were started in 2018. They were used for the funding of political parties. There have been arguments to and fro. As far as the arguments for, they've said that it promotes transparency. It ensures that political donation through banking channels and, of course, the party's accounts can be audited and that the identity remains confidential. Something that's also against the electoral bonds as opaque as far as the identity of the donor is concerned, and it's not known. It's tough to track down the source of the funds, and they can be used to launder money. So those are some of the arguments that have been taking place. Well, we have my colleague Sunil joining us. Sunil, the verdict is expected any time now. Take us through the concerns as far as the electoral bond scheme is concerned.
So the verdict is expected at around 10:30. It will be live telecast, and it's a five-judge bench. We'll have to wait and see whether there's unanimity in the verdict. But definitely, this is something which is very critical for political parties in terms of poll funding. As you've seen, the opposition parties have been upset since the government announced this decision of electoral bond funding, saying that it is, doesn't give an even playing field. There is, as was pointed out and observed during the hearing by the five-judge bench, that the scheme at present is geared towards not completely being anonymous as it was envisaged, and that there is an advantage of the ruling party to get certain factors. So these are some of the points. It is a huge constitutional issue, and it will have a long-term impact bearing on the electoral politics in India if they uphold the legal validity. If they don't, it will be back to the drawing room stage, and we'll have to look at how things progress. So definitely the scheme will be looked at in its entirety, and much will be awaited from the Supreme Court on this very important decision, whether electoral bonds actually bring in transparency and accountability, or does it really have an undue advantage for the ruling party.
Right. Thank you so much, Sunil. All eyes on that verdict that's expected any minute now. We also have Sanjay K. Chadha, constitutional expert, joining us on more on this. Sanjay, back in April of 2019, the Supreme Court had declined to stay as far as this bond scheme is concerned, making it very clear that there were many weighty issues. Take us through what are the major concerns as far as the petitioners are concerned.
Well, I think the total concern pertains to whether the objective, as shown, transparency, accountability, whether it is there. As per the petitioner, the lack of transparency is what is the most important aspect. Neither election commissioner, election commission, or even a citizen who is contributing cannot ask for a source. So that is one that says that it is a lack of what you call transparency and accountability. That is one.
Right. Anonymity being the concern.
I'm sorry.
Anonymity being the concern.
You were saying so.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Second very important thing is that this bill, when passed in 2017, it was taken as a money bill. So Rajya Sabha has not given its view. So Rajya Sabha is bypassed. That is the another this thing which is what you call which is being challenged, and what so they are saying that there is a third point which is very important. They are saying is there is no level playing field. The party which is in power will have much advantage because it can influence people, corporate houses, because that levy of 7.5% is also there. So these are the major concerns: transparency, accountability amiss, then why Rajya Sabha bypassed, then why not it should be an open, if somebody is giving, it should be disclosed. So there are various things, including now, as I said, the one very important thing which was during the course of argument, because these bonds are issued by SBI, which is a government bank. So if a government wants to access who has given to whom, it can access, but not the other political parties. And in last 30 tranches which we have seen of what you call these bonds, we have seen that over 95% has gone to Bharatiya Janata Party. That is the reason they are saying that it is no level playing field.
Right. So, doesn't the bond scheme defeat the citizens' right to be informed about the sources of funding of political parties, which is a fundamental right? Why has the government said the right to information cannot be absolute?
That is very true. That is very true. If you, on the one hand, you are saying that we want that it should be, everything should be cashless, everything should be, should have a trail. And on the other hand, you are saying that, no, we can't tell you that, look, this is what is the price. So this is what is from where the money has come and where it has gone. So that, I think, is a major concern. And if it comes front, even otherwise, Modi government has this objective. Modi government has been not once, all the occasions they say that they are they are against corruption. So I think if this particular provision goes, it is very good that way. And it achieves their own objective, the government's objective.
Right. Thank you so much, Sanjay, for joining us this morning on the broadcast. And of course, that verdict is going to be coming out soon. And like you mentioned, the ruling BJP received nearly 1,300 crore rupees through electoral bonds in 2022-23, which was 7 times more than what the Congress got in the same period.